Hi guys, Starla Moore here with the Handmade Alphas, and today I'm going to do a quick video that will hopefully help you get ready for the holidays. I know that right now it is a really stressful time for Etsy sellers. Getting ready for the holidays, knowing what you need to do, how to make things run smoothly, especially if this is your very first holiday season selling on Etsy. Trust me when I say I know how nerve-wracking that can be. I've been there. I go through this every year. In fact, this is my 5th year of holiday selling on Etsy. So I'm pretty confident in my own shipping and policies for the holidays, and I want to pass some of that information along to you. That way you can make sure that your shop is ready for the major holiday rush, okay? So let's go ahead and get started by taking a peek at my own shop. And keep in mind, if you have any questions during this process, you can find my shop linked below. That way you can check out my policies for yourself. And feel free to steal some of my ideas to add to your own shop if you're completely lost and are unsure of how to set this up yourself. So one of the very first things that I always do for the holidays is to put my holiday shipping deadlines right on my banner. Now, one thing I will say is if you're asking yourself, am I putting my holiday shipping policies and deadlines in too many places? Trust me when I say that you're not, because no matter how many times you put these holiday shipping deadlines out, people are going to miss them. So these are some of the deadlines that I personally place for my shop, but I give myself a little bit of wiggle room. So for example, US orders do not need to ship by December 17th as per USPS. They say that the best date is December 20th, deadline date, but I like to give it a few extra days, and that really helps in the event that shipping, ends up slow. And keep in mind that this is for United States sellers only. I wish that I had a little bit more insight for the other shipping services, but right now we're mainly going to focus on United States shipping. But if you're shipping from another country, feel free to steal some of the other ideas that I give to you guys, because there's still going to be a few other places where you can obviously put these deadlines that you can use. You'll just need to look up the deadlines for the particular shipping service that you're using based on your country, okay? All right, so putting these right on the banner, that is a great idea. And something that a lot of people overlook is they say, okay, US deadlines are this date, international deadlines are this date. But in reality, international shouldn't be a blanket term for holiday shipping, because there are a couple countries that are going to have slower shipping. For example, orders to Central South America and Africa are going to need to be placed a lot sooner. So for me, I put these as November 26th. I think the actual deadline to get them shipped by is December 30th. For the United States using USPS. You can check all of these dates just by Googling USPS holiday shipping deadlines, and you will get a full list of the exact dates based on what shipping service that you're using, okay? That's just something to kind of keep in mind. And another thing to keep in mind are military addresses, military APOs. I was a military spouse for 6 years. I'm now a veteran spouse. So I know the importance of making sure that you're including our awesome men and women overseas by including those APO dates. So for me, that deadline is going to be December 5th. Be sure to factor all of these in, because, the deadlines for military APOs and South America and Africa are going to be different than just using the blanket term of international. All right, so moving right along, another place that I add my holiday shipping deadlines is right when you expand my shop announcement. You're going to see pretty much the exact same message that is in my policies. We'll read over that in a minute. But a couple other things that you might want to add to your announcement for the holidays. I like to put the deadlines right up front, and then I also talk about the collections that I am showcasing for the year. I add in a couple keywords right here for some gifts for any occasions. This is kind of a slick way to hide in some keywords. Then I go ahead and I throw in all the places that you can find me on social media. I put my website in for people who want to learn about my process. I add in a little bit about my shipping, but of course that's going to be carried on down below in my policies. I kind of hype myself up talking about how I'm a proud 5-star seller. So if you have anything that you're known for or anything that you're super duper proud of, you can always add that in your shop announcement. I add information about my warranty. And then something else I also really like to add in is new to Etsy shopping. Learn more about Etsy shopping in the Etsy marketplace here, and then you can click this link. So if you want to grab this link, feel free to visit my shop and go ahead and just expand my shop announcement, and you are more than welcome to steal this new to Etsy shopping link. That kind of, people appreciate that if they've never shopped on Etsy before. All right, so scrolling through, obviously make sure that you have some nice sections set up. I don't have my holiday collection ready, but I do have some Thanksgiving keys set up, so all of my sections are together. Scrolling past reviews, always update your shop updates. We are not really going to talk much about that. I want to get right onto your about section. This is something I've been asked about so many times, guys. So I finally have an answer for you. What size photo do you want in your about section slideshow? The answer to that, get your pen ready. You need to write this down. The exact size that I have found works the best for these photos is 875 pixels by 540 pixels. Okay, so write that down, and that is going to give you a great size for these photos to ensure that nothing is getting cut off. I have a photo of my family. It's always very important to make sure that you're putting photos that show your process or your family or your workspace in the about section. Don't just throw some of your product photos into your about section. That's not what it's for. It's for being personal and letting your shoppers, kind of get to know you. So I've got some pictures of my supplies, my work desk, my family. I've got what my packages kind of look like shipped. I have a video, which is always awesome to add. You can showcase a collection, you can kind of give your message, or you can just talk about, your shop and your inspiration. And then I just have a photo of myself. So next up, we have your little story in your about section. Remember to keep this really focused about the customer. Nobody really cares about your stories. They don't really care about your hobbies or all your pets or, your life story. Make sure that if you're telling your story, you're doing it in a way that really validates your product. So I give a little brief story about myself and why I started doing what I do, and then the image and the story behind my actual product and what I want that message to say to my customers. So make sure that you really cater this story to your customers and your products, not so much about yourself, okay? Next up, shop members, make sure that you're putting selfies in here. Very, very happy selfies. I have myself, my husband, and my daughter who adds the lollipops into my order. People really like to know if you have like a child helping you out. People just are touched by that. Next up, we have your estimated shipping times per country, which you can go in and edit. And, this is going to be per country. So, this really is hard when it comes to holiday time because these times will vary depending on holiday time. What I would recommend is keep your holiday times consistent. You can change them for the holidays if you want, but if you keep them consistent and then add in holiday shipping policies afterwards, that's absolutely fine too. I let these remain consistent, but then I go down into frequently asked questions. And then I add more custom FAQs. So this is where I put those holiday shipping deadlines again, and I will also copy and paste this onto all of my listings. This says November through December are our busiest shipping months of the year. That's always something really important to tell them if it truly is your busiest shipping month. With over 5 years of experience in holiday selling, you can be ensured that we will take the stress out of your holiday shopping season. So that's just kind of like a little reassurance statement. And then I have deadlines to remember, And of course I use skeleton keys as my bullet points, so be sure to use a bullet point that maybe applies to your market more. Orders to the United States must be placed by December 17th to ensure delivery by December 25th. Orders to overseas military bases, APO, FPO, and DPO, so remember, keep those APOs in mind, must be placed by December 10th. International, and I always put like in parentheses outside of the USA, must be placed by December 5th. Orders to Central and South America and Africa must be placed by November 26th. Okay? Next up, I have my gift wrapping and packaging statement. All orders include free complimentary gift wrapping. And then something else fun that I started adding, I actually put this in today, our eco-friendly promise, or our eco promise, to reduce paper waste. Your order receipt will be emailed to you and will not be included in your package unless requested. Because most of my orders are gifts, nobody really wants that receipt in their package. Usually they'll tell me if they want it specifically. So that's a way to save paper. It kind of makes things a little bit easier if you want to add that little eco promise in there. And it makes you, appear a little bit more eco-friendly and waste conscious. So that's just something that I personally add in there. I try to save as much paper as I possibly can, and I recycle pretty much all paper waste that I have from my business. So if you're doing like an eco-friendly mission statement, that might be something that you would want to include if you don't already include receipts in all of your packages, because ultimately they get that receipt and packaging slip emailed to them. Next up, I have care instructions for my product. That might be something that you want to add into this section if there are care instructions included with your product. Sizing details. No matter how many times you put those sizing details on your listings, people are still going to message you and ask for sizing details. So I let them know that on the 5th photo of every listing, they can see a photo of the product laying next to a ruler, and then they can also locate each pendant size in the product overview section to the right side of each listing, which is going to be visible when viewing on desktop. I have information about my custom orders, that they're closed until 2018. If you take custom orders and they take you a lot of time, I highly, highly, highly recommend you close those until after the holidays. If you have products that are ready to go, that's going to save you so much stress if you don't know, that you're going to be able to get them done in time for the holidays. It's so much better to just close custom orders for the year rather than accumulating a bunch of orders that you cannot complete, okay? Discounts. I offer an exclusive 30% coupon for your first purchase when you join the official Key Club. So this is where I plug in my email list, and I have automation set up so that immediately emails to them when they join. And you can do that through MailChimp.com. Down below, I'm going to link a video that Renee Christine created about setting up a MailChimp account if you're interested in learning more about that. Next up, I have allergies for my metal, common materials that are in my pendants, and then if they have a metal allergy, I also offer a clear coating option for free, and then I give a couple details about that. Insurance, I offer a free warranty on all of my pendants, and then I give, a little bit of information about that. I call it the key emergency room. And then I also add that you are responsible for shipping charges when sending a product in for repairs, but I will gladly pay the shipping when returning the pendant back to you if they need to send me a pendant in for repair. Next up, this is really important if you offer customization for your products, okay? So listen closely. I always put this statement in there. Custom rose and crystal skeleton key necklaces are created for you soon after your order is placed. Any changes to your original crystal selection on a customized skeleton key necklace submitted after 24 hours of placing the order may incur a commissioning fee. This is so important, guys, because people will wait like a week after you've already customized a product. You're getting ready to ship it, and then they message you and they say, "Oh, I changed my mind." That's not good. Usually if you tell them that there's going to be a slight fee, it kind of makes them, pay more attention when they're ordering. And I think that that's really important. I've never had to personally charge that fee, but it's just one of those things that's going to save you a lot of stress because nobody wants to pay a little fee. And it tends to make them pay more attention when they're actually placing that order. And then I put in, if ordering for the holidays, please be aware that orders will ship very quickly due to a higher sales volume. Any changes in the shipping address or customizations for your purchase need to be made as soon as possible. Because guys, when I'm customizing orders for the holiday, I try to get them done as soon as possible. So if they order something and then 3 days later they need to change it, usually I've already got that order like in an envelope ready to ship if I haven't shipped it already. Which leads to my next bullet. If a change is requested after your order has already been shipped, Art by Starla Moore does not take responsibility for your change in customization selection. Because, that happens. People will message me and say, oh, I changed my mind, I want this color. And I'm like, well, it's already in the mail. So it's really good to have that in your policies. That way they can't try to come back on you and leave some terrible review. And then I also put, though, we are happy to alter the design if you'd like to ship it back to us. So I'm happy to accept the product back if they're willing to pay for the shipping and wait for that, shipping time for the product to arrive to them and to ship it back to me to fix. All right, guys, these were just a few very quick little points that I like to include for the holidays. It's really important to update all this stuff because honestly, when you begin changing these updates, people will look for this. Things like this are important to shoppers because they see that you're active. And if there's any way that you can add, like for example, I added some snow to my banner. If there's anything that you can add to your shop to kind of make it look more ready for the holidays. For example, clicking on a listing. If I click through my listing photos, another thing that I add in for the holidays is that it arrives ready for gifting. So obviously when the holidays are over, I'll get rid of this little, holiday ornament thing here in the corner, but this kind of lets it stand out a little bit. It lets them know, okay, this shop is ready to ship for the holidays. And then my next photo, I even have a holiday stress kind of disclaimer, reassurance page, I guess you could call it. Starla will take good care of you. Free gift wrapping with every order. Lifetime repair warranty for your pendant. Gift order at a special note for the recipient. Free chain replacements for life. Package tracking included. Care instructions included. Worldwide shipping. And then I have my shipping cutoffs again. So this is all extremely important because, a lot of these people, you have to remember, they're ordering online or on Etsy for the very first time. This is all very new to some people. So adding some type of little reassurance into your listings so they know that they're safe to order with you and that you're experienced and you're going to take good care of them, that can mean the world to a buyer. And then when I haven't added my actual holiday shipping cutoffs to my listing, but where I would do that, I have pendant information and care, and this is usually consistent for all of my listings. It's just a bulleted list of my most important points, and this is where I will also add in those holiday shipping cutoffs, which I'm going to be doing later today. Another thing I add in are a couple of my testimonials. That's always fun. And then I also have a link to my policies, which is good to add in there, as well as my reviews. So they can click this immediately, and it'll take them straight down to the policies. All right, Handmade Alphas, I hope that this has helped you a ton. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and link my shop down below if you want to look at some of these policies for yourself. I definitely recommend adding tons and tons of policies in for the holidays because keep in mind, Etsy will respect your policies so long as they don't go against any of Etsy's actual seller regulations that they've already set, okay? So this is just a great way to save yourself and to save yourself a ton of time when people begin messaging you with these questions that you can easily just insert into your policies. All right, one last thing, Handmade Alphas, actually two last things. first last thing, if you have not joined the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, let me tell you, you are missing out. We are constantly partying over there. This Facebook community is completely free to join, and this is where we discuss all of my trainings and all of the topics that I try to help you guys with to improve your Etsy shops, and it is an amazing resource if you need help on Etsy. You are free to ask other sellers questions and to get expert advice for your Etsy shop and growth. I also host Q&As live every week that you can join in on and ask me questions if you have anything personally that you would like to ask me, because I know that sometimes right now email's getting like very overwhelming. I have so many emails a week that it's getting hard to keep up with. So these Q&As are definitely a chance to ask me a question if you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. To add on to that, you can also join the Handmade Alpha VIPs, which is where I send my special goodies, and I might be working on a Christmas gift for all of my Handmade Alphas, so you're going to want to join that. It is also free. You can sign up below, and right when you join, you will get my ebook on how to gain a fanatical following of fans on Facebook, which is definitely something that you want to do for the holidays. So be sure to also join that using the link below. And lastly, guys, something super exciting for the Handmade Alphas. You might have already heard, but if not, Renee Christine, yes, the Renee Christine, has offered the Handmade Alphas a $1,000 discount on her course, Architect. Now, Architect is a course that will help you to create your own stunning website that is so beautiful and so functional that you can sell from. And yes, you can have your own website plus sell on Etsy. You can host products in both places, because what that ultimately does when you're running in both places is it turns your Etsy shop almost into an advertisement. Well, how does that work? How do I flow traffic from my Etsy shop to my website that I built? Well, here's what happens. Someone places an order on Etsy, right? And obviously you're going to have to pay those yucky Etsy, fees that come along with making a sale on Etsy. Everybody has to pay the small fee when making that sale. But what happens when you have your own website is you can easily tell those new customers, hey, for your next purchase, I will give you a 30% off coupon that you can use when shopping direct from my website. And then you can say goodbye to competition. You can say goodbye to Etsy fees. It is an amazing resource. And guess what, guys? I am currently building my own website with Architect. So yes, I will tell you, it is an amazing course that you guys will absolutely love. And of course, if you have any questions about it, you are more than welcome to ask me down below. So basically, guys, you can get $1,000 off by using our Alpha sponsor link that is going to be down below. And here's the big kicker, guys. If you enroll in Architect in the next 5 days using our Alpha link, I am throwing in a completely free one-on-one coaching session with you, and we are going to get your Etsy storefront looking fantastic. Like, it is going to be beautiful. We are going to go through all of your photos. We are going to go through your SEO. We are going to go through your descriptions. We are going to go through your entire storefront. We are going to work on photo editing. We are going to make your shop flawless. This is a complete boot camp session. And guys, I already have tons and tons of spaces taken. So this is going to be kind of like a limited time thing. I definitely recommend enrolling soon if you want to cash in on that completely free offer on my end. Consider that just kind of like a little thank you from the Alphas, because ultimately I truly believe in this course and it has helped me save so much money in the long run. I haven't had to pay a web designer, haven't had to pay for the plugins necessary to run a business. Those are included, over $500 worth actually. I haven't had to pay for any graphics or graphic packs because those are included. And not to mention, you get constant support and help with your website. That way, if something goes wrong with your website, you constantly have someone there to help you fix it. Now, the big question is, how is this different than, say, making a website on Shopify or Weebly or Wix or Squarespace, for example? So those websites are drag and drop web builders. What that basically means is that though it's your website and you are paying for it, which not to mention I once opened my shop on Weebly and it's $30 a month, and yeah, it's really expensive. But these websites are masked as yours when ultimately you are still under the umbrella of that builder. So for example, I've noticed a lot of people have reported their Shopify shops being closed down. Like what's the point of having a Shopify shop if there is, the potential that it could be closed down? I've heard it with bath and body shops. It's ridiculous. Which is why building your very own website that no one can take from you, that 100% belongs to you, that you can customize however you want without having to just do, drag and drop default widgets. And then any additional widgets like on Weebly, you have to pay extra for. So Architect truly is the easiest way to build a website that is SEO friendly. I'm not even going to go into my Weebly SEO nightmare. We'll just say that Google does not like Weebly, Wix, or Squarespace or Shopify sites. Whereas when you build your very own website using Architect, you also get all of the resources to SEO optimize your storefront. That way you can actually show up in Google search results and be found organically. In the long run, building your own website and selling from your own platform is actually cheaper than running a full-time Etsy shop because you're not having to pay all of those seller fees. Another thing that I love about Architect is the navigation. Oh my goodness, look at some of these beautiful sites created in Architect. I absolutely love it. And if you guys want some of these examples, I have tons, because tons of our alphas have already taken Architect and are already making money with the sites that they built on Architect. You can add as many products to your website as you need, and here's the best part. You get to learn exactly how to make your site secure for online shopping and for credit card use. That basically means that you won't have to worry about credit cards from your customers being stolen while they're shopping on your website. You will learn how to take care of all of that with Architect. So guys, if you would like to see more examples, feel free to let me know down in the comments, or if you would like to talk to any of these shop owners from the examples, I've got a list of I think 20 to 30 alphas who have already built their websites. If you would like to personally talk to any of them, I am positive that they would be more than happy to tell you about their experience. So if Architect interests you, you have 5 days and 14 hours from the time that I'm creating this video to get yourself enrolled and claim that $1,000 discount. Architect only opens once a year, and the entire course is self-paced, which means that you can start literally any time and you can complete each module in your own time. Trust me guys, I am a very busy person. I'm very busy on Etsy. I'm very busy with my coaching. I have been building my website for months. I'm embarrassed to say. Actually, we're going on closer to a year, and I've owned Architect for 2 years. But I am so glad that I have it in my arsenal because I am able to pick up anytime that I'm ready to begin working on my website, anytime I have free time, and slowly but surely I'm getting it done. Ultimately though, if you were to enroll today and begin working on your website immediately, you could have it done by New Year's. This could be your New Year's resolution. This could be your Christmas gift to yourself. And by this time next year, you will be so used to selling on your own website that Etsy will just become a traffic source to you. Again, guys, if you have any questions about Architect, feel free to ask me below. And if you are interested in enrolling and also claiming that free one-on-one coaching session with me, you can get your $1,000 alpha discount with the alpha sponsor link that will also be down in the description. All right, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I absolutely cannot wait to see what you guys do for the holidays. Keep me posted on your progress. Keep me posted on your sales. Let me know how my trainings have helped you this holiday season, because trust me when I say I understand that holiday overwhelm. And all I want for you guys is to be successful this holiday season. Thanks so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.